Hey, this is Adam Torres, and I'm here to tell you that it has never been easier to start your very own podcast. At Mission Matters, our goal is to amplify stories that matter. That means we want to help you start your podcast because your story matters. We can do this in 3 different ways. 1, join our podcast school and take a free or paid course. 2, visit our resources page where we've already figured out what you need, such as where to host your podcast. Or 3, heck, we can even do everything for you through our podcast agency, including editing for cheaper than you can do in-house. Oh, and no contract, service is month to month. Get started by heading over to missionmatters.com and click on Start a Podcast. All right, now let's get into the show. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Fitness Podcast, your source for all things fitness. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Stephen Cowan on the line, and he's CEO over at Beyond Microgreens. Stephen, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Oh man, so I'm excited to get into today's topic. So we're going to talk about your brand new product, Broccoli Booster, and what that means. But before we get into that, I do want to give the audience a little bit more on your background. So tell us a little bit more about what you're doing over at Beyond Microgreens, please.
Oh, thanks for asking. Well, Beyond Microgreens is an all things microgreens company, and microgreens are a phase in the plant's life. They're the second phase. First phase is sprouts. Sprouts are 2 to 4 days old. Microgreens are phase 2, 10 to 14 days old. At that 10 to 14 day mark is when the plant is most concentrated in all the good things like vitamins, minerals, nutrients, antioxidants, different medicinal compounds like sulforaphane, which we're especially interested in. And we grow all these microgreens here in Colorado. I'm in Boulder, Colorado, the Silicon Valley of the natural products industry. And we are the first shelf-stable microgreens product in the U.S., the only one available on Amazon at the moment. And we freeze dry all these microgreens. Freeze drying herbs, plants, anything retains up to 97% of those good things that are in it and extends the shelf life to over 10 years. So it's a bunch of freeze-dried microgreens. Broccoli microgreens is what we focus on, and we put them into different types of products, from standalone microgreens that you can add into anything to different types of herbal organic teas.
Man, that's really exciting. I love what you're doing over here. And I've seen the pictures online of you and like holding these big old trays and all sorts of stuff. I'm like, man, they're doing some cool stuff. It just looks cool to me. So I do want to go further into this product. So first off, congrats on it. Number one, I know this is a big deal. So it's the first 100% U.S. grown broccoli microgreens product on the market as of this recording. Tell us more about this broccoli booster. This is a big deal.
Yeah, it's really fun. So we provide over 10,000 broccoli microgreens in one of our tins in our product, and each serving equals about 300 plus broccoli microgreens. So every microgreen would grow into an adult plant. So you're eating 300 plus microgreens, and these microgreens are up to 40 times more concentrated than the full adult plant. The full adult plant has about as much of the nutritional value as the microgreen. All that nutritional value that's in the microgreen just gets spread out to the larger plant. The larger plant, the adult plant, is mainly fiber and water. So we're making it really easy for people to sneak more of these concentrated good things into their diet, as most Americans are deficient in these good things, and we don't even know it. And so our bodies are not getting enough of these good things, so they're not working right. So we got concentrated micronutrients, and then we have really unique specialty compounds only found in these plants in their microgreens form, or certainly in the highest concentration in the microgreens form, like a compound called sulforaphane. And that's a really unique, powerful compound that is uniquely to cruciferous vegetables and most concentrated in the broccoli microgreen. And it's a very strong anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. It can actually activate pathways in your body so your body can start producing its own antioxidants, which is important because antioxidants counteract free radicals. Free radicals are why we get sick, one of the many reasons why we get sick. And So if you can turn your body on to turn on these antioxidant factories within you, you don't have to rely on external inputs like blueberries and green tea. You can't even drink enough or eat enough of those things. The best way is to turn these systems on, and these systems degrade over time. After the age of 20, they lose their ability to activate and really fully function by 1 to 3% every year.
So, there's a lot of people listening right now, and they're thinking about, how this is, added to their diet or added to their normal regimen. And just for those that aren't really familiar with microgreens, you gave us a good background on that and the benefits of it. But how does somebody start adding this or other of your products into their just day-to-day diet to kind of supplement and just increase their overall nutrition?
So we started with, great question. Thanks for asking that. We started with organic herbal teas. So you could consume these microgreens when paired with different herbs in regular tea format, and that's really great. Yet there's a lot of different ways to consume tea, hot, cold, as a sun tea, and it's really unclear how much of that good stuff you're able to extract out through one of those hot, cold extraction methods. So we released a 100% broccoli microgreens flakes that you can add into anything that you want, your soup, smoothie, salad. I put it on my eggs. That's my favorite. And so now you're not needing to extract anything, which a typical extraction process, you're only extracting out maybe 15% of the good stuff. So when you are consuming something whole, you're getting closer to 100% of it, and nothing hot is touching it. You put it on to the soup after the soup's already boiled and done. You put it on as a topping after, because heat can burn off some good things over time. So add it onto whatever you like. At this phase of the broccoli's life, it's very light and sweet tasting. It's not a heavy broccoli flavor. It tastes really good on just about anything.
That's awesome. And what you've really done, in my opinion, is you've made it accessible. I mean, I remember when I was first introduced to microgreens, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago, it was tough. Like like the process of it, you had to do basically what you're doing, as a farmer or as in raising these things. Like, it wasn't easy to do. And so now you just really brought it to the market to where anybody can harness, the benefit of it without all the work, right?
That's exactly right. And then through the freeze drying of it, that's what's really unique. There's many innovations happening here. The freeze drying, basically all the food on the space station is freeze dried, because it takes out 100% of the water while retaining over 90%. They say close to 97% of the nutrients, all of it. Whereas dehydration, you're retaining much less, maybe 50%, where 100% of some things are burned off, like enzymes. And the shelf life is much shorter. So we're really extending the shelf life and holding on to all that good stuff. And I think you're exactly right, to make it more accessible to everybody.
That's awesome. So, Stephen, if somebody is listening to this right now and they want to connect and they want to learn more about your products and follow, what's the best way for them to connect with Beyond Microgreens, either for the Broccoli Booster or your other products?
Yeah, go to beyondmicrogreens.com and drop your email in there, and we'll start sending you information. We'll send you like a put you through our welcome flow and send you things that people like receiving, different blog posts. We have a really big educational piece to the site. Everything that we do is rooted in science. Everything's third-party tested, and you can learn more about this all on our blog, on our website. There's videos. We're very active on social media, and feel free to reach out, ask any questions.
Fantastic. And what was that website again? Because I feel like they were getting their pen ready, or they're like shuffling things around. They're like, what'd that guy say? I want to try this product. What's the website again? BeyondMicrogreens.com. Fantastic. Well, Stephen, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your mission over at Beyond Microgreens. And to the audience, thank you for tuning in. As always, hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Fitness, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Stephen, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you.